Welcome to day 5 from Anne's first look week of webisodes. By the way, this is Anne's first week of webisodes, and it's just been very fun. I promised you yesterday that today would all be about Gumdrop and Honeysuckle. Well, those are 2 new Artful Card kits that Anne is going to explore for us.
Plus, we have 2 new ribbon sets to go along with those and 5 new Dazzles to show you.
Sure to be a delight. Come play with us. Well, here they are, Gumdrop, Honeysuckle, and Dazzles, but we're going to go step by step.
Right,
okay.
So we'll start with the Gumdrop.
Okay, so here's Gumdrop. Now, Artful Card kits are known for having over 100 pieces, and this is no exception. And I'm going to take the packaging off, but the packaging is going to give you 4 ideas, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's nice to have. Yep. And let me show you the papers. Now, sometimes people feel like, gosh, 7 papers, that's not very much, but you will be surprised at how many you can do.
What you can do with 7 papers.
Very fun. You can tell that this is why we named it Gumdrop. And there's an orange tone on tone. Got some, you can see those gumdrops on it, those circles. And then we have a light blue, very fun color combination, kind of unexpected. Mm-hmm. We have a stripe. It's going all over.
That. It looks a little bit like stitchwork.
It does, doesn't it? And then we have a red dot. And then we have an all-over gumdrop.
This is great. You could cut those out individually if you wanted to.
Or punch them, yes.
Sure.
And then we have a light blue with this plaid. Now, the cutouts. This is very fun because this is going to give you your messages, your greetings, but also blank ones. So you can stamp, computer journal, whatever you want. Now, they're designed in straight lines. This one has some fun things. So it's got some balloon captions, and it also has some spelled out words, kind of Scrabble-ish thinking.
Right,
and
that's
so
great.
Very fun.
I love the arrows. It's got arrows, lots of fun things to say on these fun cards.
Exactly. Now the die cuts. The die cuts are the thing that just gives so many pieces and gives so many options. The idea of an Artful Card kit is that you can layer these die cuts, and how nice to have them all together. Right. There are, let me see, 68 die cuts in this kit. So
and,
swirls,
very
borders.
Whimsical. Lots. I love the little bugs, the taxi.
Yeah, there are several little animals cavorting through here, as well as labels and swirls and borders and stuff.
Right. And we also have a new ribbon set. These are not like the old ribbons. They used to be a satin.
Yeah, we did 6 satins, just thinking that, well, maybe just a plainer color, but now we've decided to go with our friends at Creative Impressions.
And give you something new. So there are still 6 ribbons here, and they are 36 inches each. Right. But you have something else to choose from that coordinate well with the papers. You have some dots in a couple of different colors. You have grosgrains, a glimmer twill, you have a mesh, a nice dot on a big sheer, and oh, I love that red one. And it's wonderful. They match perfectly with those papers.
And here we go, how they can be used. Now, this is taking our little fox who's driving a taxi. Just work with me here. And look at this spray, this die cut behind. So it's just kind of going out. Doesn't he look just quite pleased?
It's really cute. I love this is actually one of the cutouts here, set off center of this circular die cut.
Exactly, and one of the arrows like you were talking about. So kind of both of them meeting in the middle is what's going on, which I think is a very fun, using that dot and then just some strips of the 2 papers.
And then one of those really cute little dotted ribbons right there.
And on the inside, here we have You Are Awesome. Isn't that cute? And I like, again, how this is directing you in, and the taxi cab going that way, and it's bringing love is at the top of it.
That's great. And those little gumdrop papers down at the bottom, and just little strips, too. One of Anne's tips on these cards is that you don't have to completely cover a paper and cover your card and then cover it up with smaller strips. You can cut a smaller piece of paper and then cut these thin strips to make it look like it's matted, and it makes your papers go a little further.
It's exactly right. So fun that the dot is up on top here, and it's smaller down at the bottom. So she's used several of the papers. Very cute. Absolutely charming. I think this is just sure to bring a smile to your face. Now these are layered, but it's really just one on top of the other.
Right.
Now we're going to go for multi-layer. So here we go, and look at this. We've got our little bunny, and what a fun thing to do with the border.
I love that. It's foam taped on the edge, and you just cut it to fit the size of the card. And I love this bunny right here that's been foam taped. He's just popping up over "It's Your Birthday."
So we've got, this is one die cut. This whole is one piece.
In the back, right.
And then we've got, this is a die.
A cutout.
No, this is a cutout.
This is a cutout.
Die
this
cut.
Is a cutout, die cut. So die cuts everywhere, cutouts where you want the words.
Right, and look what that does. That oval just really draws your attention right in.
And I like that there's this, here's this square basically of paper, that blue, which just stops right there behind the label. It doesn't continue all the way down.
So again, your paper can go further. And on the inside, it's your birthday on the front. Hooray and celebrate, just a collage of those cutouts and die cuts.
That's right. That banner die cut makes it look like it's a sort of reverse arrow pointing at that arrow. That's really
it does. Yeah, that is clever, going in and then going out. Just a strip of the ribbon, and that black is so striking, and she's used it in a bow on the front. So works well. And like you said, not covering the whole piece, just with the paper, just doing a strip.
You don't need as much on the inside anyway, just a little bit of an accent.
It works really well. Actually, a friend of mine made 25 cards out of one Artful Card kit.
Really?
So yes, she did.
Wonderful.
She was doing it on camera in England. So here we go. This is a vertical card. The other two are horizontal. And look at the layering.
This is great. So you've got, and all foam tape on each of the little pieces, on the bugs here, just buzzing by to say hi. That's one of my favorite little phrases.
And I think this is clever in that we've got the tag here, then the swirl, and then we've got a label going horizontally. So it's mixing the verticals and the horizontals.
Right.
And letting those.
And this is laying on top of this one, which that one is way down beneath. Yeah, it's really interesting.
So there's some foam tape, as you said, and again, that black ribbon. And then on the inside, same thing, a small strip, but I like the flourish going there.
I do too. This is great. And I love this die cut. It's like one of those tags that you would wear, and you could write somebody's name right on there.
That's exactly right. Or hello, dearest friend, or something. So just so happy. I just think they are all
make you smile
cheerful.
Just looking at that.
Now we're going to add some dazzles.
Okay.
The first dazzles we're going to add are the monkeys.
The monkey dazzles. These are little brown monkeys, and the package here you can see there's an idea on the front. There's some more ideas on the back, and then here's what you're getting in this package. These great little monkeys, they're saying hang in there, and there's a vine for a border, lots of little bananas, etc. around there.
Right, there are 24 dazzles, and we also show you what you can do with the innies, so there's always an example.
So you can get more out of your dazzles.
Right, and here they are. Look how fun this is. So she's taken several of them. She's used those vines that you talked about and really positioned them onto the paper and backed them with the, you can see the orange and the white.
She used white cardstock to back the eyes on there to really make them stand out.
And so hang in there. And then on the inside, that's cute, going at an angle. Yeah. Love you bunches. Just so, so happy. And then we have another dazzles, and this keeping in our brown theme.
These are the brown teddy bear dazzles. So here's your idea on the front. They're very cute little teddy bears that you can paperback and do lots of fun things. And here you are. There's your image with thank you very much and balloons and little honey bears and very cute flowers, and there's always a little border strip.
And here it is on our card with our gumdrop, and you can see this is one of the die cuts and then another of the die cuts swirling at the bottom.
Yeah, this is great. I like how this this swirled die cut, you can see it's going behind those die cuts here, but it's going up above it down on this end, so it's wrapped around there.
Very nice. And we can see more of the Dazzles have been backed with paper just kind of randomly around this.
This die cut was actually matted on a piece of the paper, so that red back there is, you can cut that out and mat that.
And then we've got, this is one die cut at the top. And so thank you very much. I like how she's used these for sitting on.
Right,
she did that with the taxi and now with the bear.
That's great. And this is just a little strip of that red paper poking out, so you can just use a little piece of it.
Very cute. Nice to have the heart up there too, and that's a die cut. So very sweet. Okay, we have explored Gumdrop. Come on, Honeysuckle.
So here it is. This is the other Artful Card kit.
Right, a very fun color combination here. 102 pieces. Same idea. You're going to get 4 card ideas as well as all the goodies inside. So let me just turn that over. And I don't think we have all of these to show you, but we will show you this one. Okay, so here is our first. And Honeysuckle, as you might think, might just have some bees fluttering around.
Sure, bees and flowers. Those big, beautiful pink florals are gorgeous.
Right, and the gray background. So fun combination with the red and the pink and this chartreuse, as well as the gray.
It's a little bit unexpected to see that color.
This is a teeny tiny, micro teeny tiny, extra super small dot. Got that?
Except that, you know,
it's a honeycomb.
It's a honeycomb. It's not a dot. So
I lied. It's a honeycomb. Okay, but it's still all of those adjectives.
Yes.
And then we have an all-over pattern.
I love that.
Isn't that pretty? I love the color combination. It's so unexpected. And then we have that chartreuse. Now, this has a floral in the background, but it's a tone-on-tone.
I can see this as great for small accents.
Yes.
So this could be used in a lot of places.
And there's the same pattern, only this time in a pink, couple of shades of pink. And then we have, now this is a dot, I swear to you. And then we have teeny tiny blossoms.
Flowers,
yes. Very, very fun pattern. Now, all of our cutouts, you can tell that these are going to have some honeycomb shapes, and so it's everything to coordinate with this particular set.
Right, and lots of little phrases that match the artwork even. Be happy, what's the buzz? Very cute.
Now, our die cuts are going to also support everything, and in this particular case, we have 66 die cuts, borders, of course, and what I like about these is that, like, this is 2, so you've got an oval, and you've also got this swirl frame.
I like that too, so that you can pop that out, you can foam tape it up above, you can remove it entirely and put paper back there, and then you can pop out all those individual elements so you can see through that label.
They make a nice frame for a photo too, just in case you really want to personalize. Same thing with this one.
Stamp on there, computer journal.
Exactly.
So they'd be great for scrapbooking too.
They would. They would. In fact, we don't have one. I'm sorry.
We don't have a scrapbook page.
We'll work on that. Okay, so borders. This is a really pretty element.
That's a nice one.
A lot going on.
Big bees on there. I love that beehive.
Very sweet. Okay, so what can... Oh, wait. Okay, let me get some papers out so you can put the ribbons on them.
And the ribbons, again, we have this new set of ribbons instead of the satin ribbons that usually come with the Artful Card Kit. There are 6 of these. They are 36 inches each. You have a swirl. We have crepe. We have glimmer twill. There's a grosgrain. I love the pink stitched. There's a little white grosgrain. Am I done? I think I got them all.
I think you are.
Yay.
Okay, let's get into the projects. So we'll scoot those over and begin with this one.
Wow.
Now, this is, I guess this would be called entwined, huh?
I would guess so.
So we've got this die cut, but then this one, and we'll get in closer so that you can see that the green die cut is kind of overlapping, so it's kind of hugging it at the top and the bottom.
So, yeah, that's a great idea there. And then I love the button here. The button has been laced with the ribbons. You've got a different kind of ribbon underneath, and then it's been stamped on with our heart-to-heart stamp set.
I think you're right. And look what also has happened. So she's got that chartreuse paper and then 2 other papers here. The corners, if you take a square paper and cut it at a diagonal, you'll have 2 triangles that will fit perfectly on each of those corners. So the best thing about me is you, and on the inside, I heart you, and that is a stamp. But this is what you can do with those frames.
Right. So you've got, here's one of the die cuts. The center has been popped out, used elsewhere, and then just the frame has been foam tape above. And then this small center edition is also foam taped. So you've really got a dimension there.
You do. The same little technique on the button, but she's also used that border down here, and on the front she didn't use it at all. So she's very much mixing her papers.
Right.
So it's an
And
excellent
she's got those
idea.
corner treatments on the inside.
Yeah.
Too, so wonderful.
Now here is something very different, and this is a little metal tin. And it looks like this when it's naked. There's nothing going on there.
So it's very simply decorated.
Yeah.
It's just, first it was covered with this piece that was glued on, this paper, and then it's got these little matted cross strips that go across like that.
Very simply done. So you've got one cutout here.
There that's been matted.
Right, and two die cuts that are just glued on top and then foam taped underneath because this was foam taped. So sweet little piece. And then on the inside, you're the bee's knees and that little honeycomb.
Oh, that's wonderful. Okay,
Or beehive,
I
rather.
would get this just for that phrase. My dad used to say that.
Did he?
Yes, he did.
It's very cute. I think it's very cute. And what a nice little surprise. Now, I just think it's such a sweet little treat. Now, you might want to tuck in a couple of chocolate candies, just to complete it.
There you go.
Okay, here we go.
Give it to me.
And give it to you. Okay. It's not good to beg on camera.
All right.
Okay, here we have another example of ways to use the border and to do the layering.
I love this die cut because you can pop out those center pieces.
Oh,
really?
goodness.
Are they popped? Yeah, they just popped out, and then the centers are just so that you can see the paper through there.
Are those going to appear somewhere?
And then here are the die cuts too. I have to look at that. Go ahead. You talk.
We've just lost her. Okay, so you can see that the swirl die cuts are top
They
and
are.
bottom,
Okay.
and the border is straight across, and this being lifted up, and then another B. So just a really nice balance. So you've got this across, this vertically, and then that horse. So you're just playing with that. Good technique.
Beautiful. And those ribbons are just, they'd match perfectly.
And this is another example of, you said that the verbiage is going to match just because.
Just because.
And then on the inside, thanks for being a great friend. You're so sweet. Isn't that nice?
It's beautiful. I love that. Just that strip in the center. And I don't know if this is the length of that die cut or if it was cut
in half. Right.
Oh,
Could be either way.
Could be
either way.
That's another technique that you can do with these die cuts.
I think something else. I think it's really nice to send this type of card. It's just I'm thinking of you. I think you're special. I think all of us can use encouragement. And I think that's just a really nice little piece to have.
Bright and beautiful.
Now, look what Anne has done. Quite striking. She has this kind of spread going out, and it looks very much like the sun rays. And look how striking that die cut is, too.
And that can be done with the Easy Sunburst template. So we talked about that yesterday as well. So very easy to create sunburst, just placing your point down here and cutting out papers.
And you can see how they're each radiating from the center. I like the fact that she's got the lighter paper here and the darker.
Right, and look how striking it is, having that leaf work going off there.
So she's got something going out on both directions. Right. So again, everything's coming from the center.
And
look at
border,
that.
There's that border again, and this time it's been threaded with that ribbon. Just beautiful.
That looks so lovely. Thanks a bunch is the message on this, although it could be happy birthday, it could be anything. Sure. And on the inside, now this time she's done just strips of the different pattern papers.
Just beautiful. So just down in the corner and up in the corner. So you've got these just gradation of color and then this bright pop of that beautiful pink flower.
And notice how each of these is resting on top of the one previous. So it's a nice graduated size. Very striking. Good ideas.
And really simple to put together something like that.
Especially if you have Anne to lead you.
Yeah. Look
now,
on the gallery and she will.
We're going to get into our dazzles. So we're going to start with a Father's Day.
A Father's Day with the new Rad Dad Dazzles. I'm sorry.
Say that 3 times fast.
Dazzles. And it has a fun little idea on the front. It has more ideas on how to use them on the back. And here's what you're getting. These great nostalgic looks with a big, huge mustache, glasses, old bicycles, and dads are the original hipsters. Lots of fun little phrases on there. 36
dazzles in that sheet, and here are some of them. How fun on this chartreuse paper with the gray, and Anne, crazy woman that she is, has created this argyle background. She did it out of the pattern papers, and in the gallery, she gives directions on how to do that.
Very detailed and very good instructions of how to create that.
So that works well, and I thought it was fun. She did a nice job, of course, of playing with the papers because so many of them have tiny patterns.
Right.
It works really well.
So here's that chartreuse paper. It just pops out at you, and I love each of the elements is focused on separately.
Very fun. And on the inside, I think this is really cute. The rad dad with the tie, also backed with one of the papers. And again, I think this is becoming a signature of Anne's, having a smaller strip of paper and letting something rest on it with the bicycle. Very cute. Okay, dads are getting their share. How about for moms?
Okay. And for moms, we have the Mother's Day Floral Dazzles. These are beautiful dazzles with a floral theme. And of course, it has that border on the edge, and it has Happy Mother's Day. So, Love You Mom is on there as well.
Now, even though these are being said Mother's Day and Father's Day, of course, flowers are going to go anytime. It could be for birthday. It could be for anything.
So, and there are 30 pieces on these dazzles, in this dazzle sheet.
Here is what Anne has done with it. So she's taken that border and used it across the bottom, as she did on the inside of one other card. Here's one of the die cuts, actually a couple of the die cuts, and the dazzles have been backed with the honeysuckle paper.
And then set right on top of those die cuts here and here. This is great. These are also, this is the border dazzles that were backed with paper, so you can get a corner treatment.
Very nice. You can see she's done some inking on the side. I like how she's done the words, having Mom on the tag, the die cut tag, Love You, Mom. Very nice, even with a comma. Excellent. Beautifully done. And on the inside, wow, that's just in your face and fun and bright.
Very happy. And more of those large dazzles that were backed on 1, 2, 3 different colors of paper there. So
I also like how she's got this piece, and you can tell it's inked, but she's letting this go outside that frame, and I think that's just really nice.
It's a beautiful look.
Fun to have a flower in the for the O of Mom, and beautifully done. Now we have one more dazzle that Anne didn't use. I don't know why.
She didn't use on a card, but there are ideas on the package. So here's a cute little idea with the camera dazzles. So you can see them on some of these different papers. These are the Happy Days papers. And the actual images you get, there are lots of cameras. There are fun little sayings like, oh snap, we click, it's insta-happy, very cute, just smile. And here's the border, it looks like a film strip on the edge. There are 35 pieces in this. So these are really fun. These would be great for scrapbooking, too.
Oh, yes, really wonderful. Now, there will be projects, not only in the package, but also in the paper wishes. Yeah, so, okay, and this is from the package. I told you we'd show you one of them. And this is, again, the whole idea of the Artful Card kits is so that you can layer easily but beautifully.
Right. So there are lots of die cuts on there, strips of paper at the bottom, at the top, and some of the cutout pieces here, Be Happy. But those die cuts really are the star on this card.
Very striking. Foam tape will become your friend, and so you can do that on the inside, again, keeping it smaller because the front was just such a beautiful look. Well, that is it for our whole week of webisodes, and thank you so much for joining us.
And congratulations, Anne, on your first week of webisodes.
Yes, and if you liked Anne's week of webisodes, be sure to leave a comment. We'll let her know.
Bye.
See you next time.